Hey everybody, it's Grant, and today I'm going to show you how to eat for $35 or less for an entire week. So the reason for this video, I did a video not too long ago that says I can eat for an entire week on $30, and so many people commented, I want to see how you do it. Even my video editor, Dylan, didn't believe me, so we're off to the supermarket. One, two, boom. Keep in mind, you can always try to find a store that has like a buy one, get two free. This is exactly what this is. Albertsons does this here at Lake Charles. So you have, you got your pork, you got your chicken, you've got all kinds of options. So just keep that in mind anytime that you're looking to eat yourself a good meal on a budget. So now we are back from the supermarket, and I even had a chance to get a quick workout in. So here's the thing. The entire bill was $37.32. So after tax, we actually came just over budget, but I was doing $35 before tax, right? That's what I was planning on doing. Also, you saw where that meat special was buy one, get two free. Yeah, it's seasoned meats. There's a lot of controversy with people that go, oh, it's about to go expired or whatever. Well, of course it is. But at the same time, they wouldn't sell you something that you still couldn't put in your body. You might choose to do differently, but still, it could have been a whole lot less expensive if I went that route instead. So maybe we could have a follow-up video to this. So to go through all what we got, we have some Quaker Oatmeal, very good. Some eggs in case we need to get a few snacks in, because, that's just kind of a lagniappe item right there. Only $1.49. For the actual cooking, I am on a health kick. I have lost 45 pounds, so I want to continue to do that. And this meal is also a healthy, tasty way that you can actually lose weight as well, because there's no carbs. So mushrooms, cauliflower that I'm going to process myself, and carrots, right? This was buy one, get one. What a great deal, because that's gonna add a lot of heartiness to the meal. Onions for flavor, because you gotta be able to sweat them onions, right? Sweet potatoes, because that's a great, great muscle food right there. And of course, my protein, chicken. So let's go ahead and get this cooking, and let's start getting preparing. So now here we are at the prep stage. So I'm not only gonna show you how to eat for a very, very affordable deal, but I'm also gonna show you how to kind of save some money as well. The one that the chicken's in, I'm gonna go ahead and toss that bag, but I always keep all of my actual bags because they turn into great trash bags later, which, saves a little bit of money right there. Very, very simple recipe. I'm gonna show you how to actually cook this meal. And the first thing is you're gonna have, I like extra virgin olive oil, very low in calories, very, very good taste. And I just very much enjoy it. I use this to do my onions and all the rest. We'll get to that in a second. Onion powder. So I do enjoy onion powder, even though we actually have diced onions. Tony Sherreri's, if you've ever seen the Riff Raff video, I'm old, but it's basically just a Creole seasoning that you can get relatively anywhere. Just get any really good multi-seasoning at your local grocery store. Sea salt, I do this as well. I find sea salt is healthier than a standard salt. And then I, of course, have the pepper, right? You always got to throw a little pepper on something. And then garlic powder. I'm a big fan of garlic. I would use tube garlic, but I'm trying to stay on a budget here, so using this. Now, you might, let's drop the gram filter here, right? But Grant, you didn't include the seasonings when it came to the price. Okay, look. let's drop another 50 cents. I think that's a helping hand right there for all of these items. 50 cents. We're gonna go ahead and drop that on the total. So anyway, for all of the ones that started to get triggered by that, let's go ahead and start seasoning our food. So I actually have a stove with a center burner for even heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that one on. I'm gonna leave it to high, and then here comes that olive oil. I just wanna put enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and maybe a little bit more of a generous pour because that means I gotta put less later. So we got that. While we wait, I'm gonna kind of show you how I lazily season my meat because I'm very busy. So yes, I'm not gonna cover all of the meat when I do this, and you'll kind of understand in just a second, but I promise you it will still taste good when we're done. Understand, you know, being healthy isn't 100% about don't use seasoning because you're gonna get burnt out. So you wanna make sure that your food's still tasty enough for you to eat, but not like miserable. You don't wanna be miserable because then you're not gonna do it anyway. So slow and steady wins the race. Don't go rocket ship style all the way to the top. So now let's go back to these onions and get them sweating. So now I'm pretty sure my oil's up to temperature. So let's go ahead and drop them onions in. We don't wanna miss any right there. Yeah, get all them in there. Still one left. There we go. All right, so we wanna get our onions going. So now that they're all seasoned up, I'm gonna go ahead and put my lid on. I'm gonna leave a little bit exposed just to where we don't go too much on the pressure, and that's called sweating your onions. We're also gonna go ahead and prepare our sweet potatoes as well while the onions sweat. So we're gonna get that good for us. Gonna wrap those in some foil and poke some holes in them so that way they'll actually cook through. Because sweet potatoes are tough, but if you can cook them right, they become a great, great food for the muscles. So we'll go ahead and preheat our oven. So now that we got the oven preheated to 450, let's go ahead and wrap these up. Get me a pan. Oh, that's music right there. You can tell this pan's been used. So any tin foil will actually do. Gonna get that right here. I'm gonna get a bigger knife. So this is the worst part about sweet potatoes because they're really tough. Let's go ahead and skip to the end of this. So for your sweet potatoes, you're gonna wanna do 4 individual wraps just so that we can keep that circulating all that steam and heat. That way they'll get cooked nice through and through, even. So, I personally am a fan of that olive oil. So I do like to put a little olive oil in there just to help it along. Oh. So now we're on to the fun part. Now we're on how to brown your meat. So this is what I meant when I said I was lazily seasoning. You're still gonna have some spots that aren't gonna be seasoned, but browning your meat means you're gonna put that meat touching the bottom of the pan, and that's gonna allow you to get that beautiful, beautiful sauce, right? That's how you're gonna get your natural gravy without having to go buy a roux or do anything like that. So this, along with flour, is the easiest ways to make roux. And you know, Louisiana boys can cook, so just letting you know. I learned it from my mama. Hey mama. She came over for dinner and she ended up having to watch a YouTube video get created. I'm re-seasoning the back of the meat. That way you want to season both sides evenly. Makes it for a whole lot better flavor. That's just pretty much the correct way to do. I mean, I guess I say pretty much because there's always an opinion. But if you don't season both sides of your meat, you're not going to have the best product. And the last is that Tony Sherrarius. So now that that's all seasoned up, put the lid on. We'll go ahead and prepare our next part. The thing about cauliflower is it's pretty much the most natural binder to anything. So if you're gonna make it healthy, they're gonna be real healthy. Well, there's our oven. If you want it to be tasty, it can also do that. For instance, cauliflower crust for pizza, it's so universal in so many ways, and so many people are still just tapping into it. Got our knife? Some of you might say, hey man, you know, you need to use a different knife for that. I don't think so. It's all gonna go in the same pot. Basically, the thing when you're doing cauliflower is all the green needs to go, and we're gonna food process the rest. And there we have it. So now that we have our cauliflower prepared, and let's go ahead and turn our meat. So now we've got both sides of the meat seasoned, got this going pretty good. So now we're gonna let the bottoms brown as well. So next we're gonna go ahead and put our sweet potatoes in because they take forever to cook, which is why most people steer clear of them. That, or they just can't ever figure out how to get them tender enough. I'm gonna put them in for 40 minutes. I might take them out sooner. All right, so now I got the sweet potatoes cooking for 40 minutes. I got my meat browning, and now it's time to go ahead and add in our carrots. I think I'm only gonna do one bag. I'm gonna save that other bag for another time. No, we're gonna do it. We're adding in carrots. And our mushrooms for us to get the meal going to where we just kind of sit and wait and then enjoy. So I asked my mom if she washes her carrots. She says yes. So, you know, everybody out there, pro tip, listen to your mom. This is gonna be the first time I've ever washed my carrots. Washing my carrots. This is the washing the carrots song. Now to be clear, when either one of us says washing your carrots, it's called rinsing. We didn't use any soap, okay? If you're not a cooker, you might not get that. Goo, look at all these carrots. So now I've got everything mixed in. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a little water and just be able to cover the meat. All right, so now I have everything at a boil. I have the sweet potatoes out of the oven, and I'm about to put the cauliflower in, let that kind of absorb all that beautiful flavor, a lot of that juice. It'll thicken it up, and then it'll be ready to eat. So now we're gonna fold in our cauliflower. I already took the blade out, don't you worry. I'm gonna put the lid back on, let it all cook together. So the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my sweet potatoes with a little dab of butter. And that way they're just a little bit more enjoyable. Some people use pepper, olive oil, all the rest. Sadly, I added too much liquid to this one. But good news is, it's still gonna taste just fine. All right, so let's see how it turned out. First, let's try this sweet potato. It was very easy to cut into, so that means it's cooked through. Very good. Let's try my my cauliflower chicken soup. Carrots are good. Chicken's good. The only problem with the cauliflower is normally it turns into more like a chicken and rice. Right now, it's kind of chicken rice soup. A little weird. But just don't add a whole lot of water to yours. You'll be just fine. Very, very good. So let's get to meal preps. So I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of these meals, but the last thing you have to do is get everything Tupperwared up, meal prepped up, and I use these hefty, pretty sure what they are is hefty ones. So I use these for meal prepping, has really done wonders for just keeping on track. It's a nice enough Tupperware where you're not gonna throw it away. And you know, just to show you the portion size that's in every one of these meals, I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, that's pretty good. I don't eat a ton, and it looks like I'm gonna get an extra meal out of this. And instead of kind of straining the bottom of it, I'll just kind of get to the rest of the video because I don't think you want to see me meal prep for another couple minutes. So there you have it. This is how you meal prep for less than $35 a day before taxes. I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13 meals, and me and my mother just had one. So that puts 15 meals. So for 15 meals, that gives us literally 2 meals per day for 7 days, an extra meal. And then whenever you're a little extra hungry, right, you're gonna have your sweet potatoes. And that way you have just that extra little bit of a filler. I also have eggs for a combination of that breakfast, as well as if you wanna have a snack, you can boil some eggs, you can scramble some eggs. And then of course for breakfast, for that third meal, you can absolutely have your oatmeal. There's 8 packs of oatmeal in this one box. I think it was like $2. No, this one wasn't on sale. This one was the good one that I like. But if you got the variety pack, it was $2.50. This one was $3.50. So all in all, here you have it. If you want to get a snack and spend a little extra money, you could probably spend another $4 on these. You know, sometimes you just need a little extra carb to get you in the day. So sometimes I do these. There's always a healthier option, maybe some protein items or the rest. So also keep in mind that for this meal, you don't have to do it with just chicken. You don't have to do it with carrots or mushrooms if you don't like those. You could do it with rice, especially if you're more of a leaner person. I run heavier, so I have to make sure I make smart choices, especially since I'm now over 30. You can do it with sausage, you can do it with steak, you can do it with pork. Whatever your choice is, you can actually do it all vegetables and make it even less expensive than ever before. So don't forget, you can also do that 2 meat special for the price of 1. Buy 1, get 2 free. That's 3. And ultimately would make this a whole lot less expensive. So if you like videos like this, please power up the like button, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Not only is this a YouTube financial channel, it's also apparently a cooking channel. The one thing I'd like to say is I really wish I would have not put as much liquid in, but it still worked out great. The meals are absolutely amazing. It might look like a sloppy stew, but I'm telling you, it's good, it's delicious, and it's nutritious. And keep in mind, I only eat my food 5 days in the fridge, 4 to 5 days, so you will have to freeze 4 or 5 of these meals to make sure you get all the way to that 7th day. So I hope you guys have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, I forgot the last thing. Got to take out the trash. See you later.